Pre-season's been going great. I mean, the guys have left with a purpose to come back and be ready to keep improving in 2025. And new faces, some new staff, some new players come in, real energy about it, and then the training quality and standard is continuing to improve. So as we suspected when we got Andrew in as a new coach, there's a new energy about that, with a new game style, new relationships to build, a raft of new coaches as well, and then bring on 10 new players. Yeah, it's been great. I mean, they've hit the ground running. As we said earlier in the year, we're going to use all the tools available, whether it be draft, free agency or trade, and ended up we did with all, which is great. We're bringing 3 experienced guys who provide leadership and understanding of the standard of AFL footy, having been at good clubs. And the young guys come in who are like all young guys when they first come to footy clubs. They're eager, they're keen, they're just sponges to learn, and they've thrown themselves into it. So it's a nice blended mix of guys we bring in, and getting John back on board. Not only has he got great tradition and history of the footy club, but he's got great coaching background to be able to help all of our coaches in our 3 programs. So it's a big program on 3 different teams, and John's experience is going to be really important in that, and he's adding value already, which is great. Getting Daisy on board was a fantastic appointment. To see her come in and engage the program, engage the girls. Started the year really well. Probably didn't finish the year as well as we would have liked, but certainly progress made, but probably it highlighted the gap and the areas for improvement. And I know, talking to Daisy, she's determined with the girls towards how do we close that gap as quickly as we can. But they got some positive affirmation early in the year. We saw an increase in crowds and probably interest in the game, which is great for the girls, and they bring a great energy. And the reality is now, doesn't matter whether you're in the men's program or the women's program, this is professional sport, and it demands your attention week in, week out to continue to work on the areas of your game. And the girls are really clear, and Daisy's done a fantastic job along with the W staff to really bring this group together and now see what the future might hold for them, which is exciting. Brilliant for Ella. She had a fantastic year. I think everyone you talk to who's watched W games can see the talent she has, but fantastic person as well. And to think that between her and Bella and Charlie and Beth Schilling, they're all playing at a really high level. So we know that the foundation for that team is sort of there. It's about now adding to that as well. But she had a fantastic year and was rewarded accordingly. Fitz has been on the board for 9 years, last 3 as chair, and he's seen the club through a pretty significant growth phase as well. Like, if you think when he started, we were at Subi Oval, operating out of there and games there, and then we've moved from there to Optus Stadium and the new facility here at MRP, and he's added significant value to the club. And with Elizabeth taking over, it's going to be exciting to see him working closely with Elizabeth from a board viewpoint. My reflections in first year of the club was a challenge I was up for. We've done a fair bit of work in the first year around our vision and values. Had to make some decisions, some tough decisions around people, and which is always hard because we've got a lot of people who have given wonderful service, been great contributors to the club, and it's never an easy thing. But to all our members out there, like, you start and they say 100,000 and you sort of go, that's a lot of members, and there is, but their passion, their love of the club is phenomenal. And again, it's something you should never take for granted. It's probably a driver every day towards how do we make sure we keep getting better. We just keep improving and improving because we want to return their support and their loyalty, and hopefully for 2025 it's going to continue to elevate us up the ladder.